Brian, AEW has so many legends on its roster. Some of them they utilize in a good way, some of them they don't utilize at all. Now we saw Paul White, he was doing AEW, what was the show? AEW Dark was it on YouTube? But apparently when Warner picked up another show, they said, "Listen, y'all got to cancel Christmas on that YouTube show because if we're going to have y'all on TV, we want you to be all in." So the big show, Paul White was left floundering. Now apparently he's back talking about he wants to wrestle again. What's going on here, my boy?
I don't know, man. But if I had to guess, Big Show was probably looking to wrestle when he signed that contract. And he did say that he did get paid a lot of money. There wasn't nothing that was really spoke about in terms of how much. But the way Tony Khan was letting that bag go back in the day still is. I can imagine that it's probably a couple million for that name.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? I think I might have saw his last match actually because they came to South Carolina. It was the night Tony Storm debuted. I'm not sure if it was a dark match or not, but they actually let him go out there and wrestle. And I don't think we've seen him wrestle since. So if that was his plan to try to sneak his way back in the ring, it hasn't worked out too well for him. And maybe
We
maybe rightfully so.
we saw him at All In last year. He had like a little like one of
Mm,
those little like segments. Don't you remember? It was like in the pre-show.
I have no
Yeah,
idea. Oh, I don't watch the pre-shows. Maybe that's why. But
yeah,
yeah, I
he
didn't even know they let him back in there.
yeah he had a little segment last year, and that's the last time I really have seen Paul White. It doesn't surprise me though, because the guy could barely walk, bro. I mean, I think he should be more concerned about his health than anything else. And honestly, I applaud Tony Khan for not having Big Show in the ring or Paul White in a ring at the just because it's Paul White. You know what I'm
Big Show.
saying?
I'm
Because
calling him Big Show. He's always going to be the Big Show to me. But no, I
100%.
agree with you. He's a big man, heavy, and I mean, we look at just guys like the Undertaker. His knees went out on him, his hips. Big Show's got all that weight on him, so jumping around in the ring, I don't think that'll be a good idea for him at this point in his life. The career just needs to stay at the commentary table, if you ask me.
I agree. I haven't seen him do nothing. I don't know. Tony Khan got to get his money's worth though. Or do you think Tony Khan is concerned at this point?
I don't think so because one thing about AEW is it's a new company. They're like what 5 years in right now.
Yeah, about 5 years and some months.
So you got to think about it. They really don't have those homegrown legends yet. If you think about a legend in AEW, it's kind of like a John Moxley, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, but it's way too soon to give them that stamp. So when you think about Tony Khan actually having legends in the company, he's got to have guys like the big shows. Sting actually retired in AEW, so you got to have like people like that, even if they are coming in later in their career. Like another one, Adam Copeland. If Adam Copeland retires in AEW, no matter how long he's been in there, he's an AEW legend. And when they open up their Hall of Fame, that's a name they can plug in there. So I don't think Tony Khan wants to lose a big show back to WWE because, for one, we see how WWE treats their legends. I think last time we saw Big Show over there, like didn't Randy Orton spit on him and kick him and stuff, send him straight to AEW. So
Yeah,
I think for Big Show, whether Tony Khan lets him wrestle or not, I don't think he wants to make that jump.
fair. I mean, he did let Mark Henry go. I don't think Mark Henry's one of
Another
those
one I was
big
about to
guys.
bring up.
Yeah, Mark Henry, he's now kind of just I think he's chilling. I don't think he's signed with WWE just yet. Was it reported that he signed a Legends contract already?
I think it was. Didn't they have like a Mark Henry documentary coming out or something?
Really?
I think they got like a Mark Henry documentary coming out. And we see they kind of got his son signed to
Oh, you're
one of those
right. You're
deals,
right.
like
You're
an
right.
NIL
I
deal or
think you might
something.
be onto something. I think Mark Henry is back with WWE on the low with a Legends contract. It would make sense.
Yeah, because I mean, it's really beneficial for Mark Henry to be over there. Because if you want, just like Arn Anderson, that's another legend that was on the AEW side, but he's gone now. His son was in AEW as well, but he was having a rough time apparently. He wasn't progressing, just like
Yeah.
Big Shotty Lee. So Arn Anderson's up out of there. I think Arn Anderson is going to land in NXT with his son, just like Mark Henry's going to NXT with his son. I think before it's all said and done, Taz and Hook will be over there as well. So AEW's got to kind of keep their hands on these legends if they can, because again, they just don't have that lineage. And if they make another AEW Fight Forever type game or part two or whatever, they're going to need those legends to plug in the game as well. Because Big Show, wasn't he one of the unlockable wrestlers in Fight Forever?
He was.
Owen Hart, unlockable legend. Like you got to have these legends on your roster. And if they're all going back to WWE, it's kind of going to be bad for them.
I think Sting is going to be their big guy, though, in terms of legend, or is their big guy. I think that the fact they had him retire there, they did his whole tour there. I think that is dope for AEW, and that should probably be, honestly, the first inducted legend into their Hall of Fame whenever they do
I
decide to
agree.
open that up, because Sting was a full-blown legend who took a chance on him and went full-time for a couple years, about I think it was 2-3 years. It might have been a little bit longer, but it definitely will be interesting to see how this does get sorted out. But Paul White, man, if he does come back in AEW, who would you like to see him go against?
Ric Flair.
Oh, brother,
I'm
what
just
you
kidding
want?
because I don't want to see either of them in the ring anymore.
Yeah,
But what about you? What would you put him in there? Who would you want to see him with? I got one.
Powerhouse Hobbs
Ah, you got it. That's exactly what I would do. I would put him in there with
and
Powerhouse
have
Hobbs. Let
wait, wasn't there a feud happening for a second with him and Big and Paul White? Didn't he throw him like through
Was
a
there?
bro? I feel like I seen it.
Oh, did he throw him on the
He
car
threw
or
him on a
something? Like through
car.
a windshield?
Yeah,
I think he threw him through the windshield or something. It was like,
we
oh, he's
haven't
too
seen him
big or too
since.
old to be taking those bumps.
Yeah,
That's bad. Well, yeah, because he got injured. Something's wrong with his legs. I think they said it was backstage last week, so he could be on the way back in. So if that's true, I mean, that's a good way to make Powerhouse Hobbs. Throw him out there with the Big Show. Just have him do a little spot fest where he just takes him down. But I don't know if Big Show could have like a full run again.
it could be a
I
way
think
to
he just
get.
might.
I mean, I think he just got to put people over. I mean, then again, bro, it's like if you're getting paid that much and you're not doing nothing. I know that there's some people out, out there that are like, they don't like to sit around at home, bro. But if you're getting paid
Yeah,
millions and you're just chilling at the crib, I mean, and you're already in that state health wise, then why even bother
relax.
tinkering with it? You know what I'm saying? You're about 50. He's in his 50s, close to 60s at this point, right? He has to be.
He might be in his team. Got to be pushing 60. But I mean, it's that wrestling bug we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It seems like once they get in there, they just can't put it down.
I mean, yeah,
But
I do agree.
Paul White,
Yeah.
he is 52, so he's not that old.
I mean, I think Chris
52,
Jericho might be older.
55, I think.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's another legend though. So we're
I
talking
mean,
about AEW legends.
the thing
That's
is,
another
man,
one
these
for them.
these big guys, like tall big guys, they never really last, bro. Like in athletic sports because of their knees and everything like that. Especially when he weighs so much. The guy weighed 300-400 pounds when he was wrestling. So I just
Yeah.
don't see that going too well. But guys,
Hold on, Chris Jericho. We got to put it on the record. Chris Jericho is 53, by the way,
so he
and
is
that's another
actually
one of
older.
AEW's legends. So they got some people.
They do. They definitely do got some people. Well, guys, let us know down below who would you like to see Paul White against, or if you really want to see him back in AEW in the ring. Let us know. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We gonna catch y'all, and make sure to kiss that ring. Peace.
Peace.